All right, quadratic formula, day number 3. What is special about today is that the a is not just going to be 1. For the first 2 days, the number in front of x squared has always been 1, okay? Today, it's not going to be 1, so you're going to be dealing with an a that's, not greater than 1, less than 1, etc. So I would start out with writing a, b, c. So a in this case is 2, b is 14, c is 20. I would use what you learned yesterday about the discriminant and solve this part first because it tells you how many solutions you're going to have. And then if you have no solutions, you can just stop right there. So b squared would be 14 squared minus 4 times a times c. So now you might need a calculator, but 14 squared is 196. And then remember you do negative 4 times 2 times 20, and that's negative 160. So it's 196 minus 160, which is 36. When you take the square root of 36, you get 6. So we're going to have 2 answers now, because b squared minus 4ac is greater than 0. So all I have left in the formula then is negative b, which is 14, plus or minus 6, because that was the square root of 36, divided by, now the bottom is 2 times a, so it's 2 times 2, which is 4. Now remember you solve this twice, once with negative 14 plus 6 over 4, and once with negative 14 minus 6 over 4. So negative 14 plus 6 is negative 8. Negative 8 divided by 4 is negative 2, so there's one answer. On this side, negative 14 minus 6 is negative 20, divided by 4 is negative 5. So there's my 2 answers. So by doing the b squared minus 4ac first, it really makes solving it easier. Let's try number 2. Again, write down ABC. This time a is 3, b is 27, c is 80. So I'm going to do b squared minus 4ac to see how many solutions there are. So b squared minus 4 times a times c. So 27 squared is going to be a pretty big number, 729. And then I'm going to take negative 4 times 3 times 80, and I get negative 960. So 729 minus 960, and I think you can obviously tell right now, that's going to be negative 231. And as we know, if b squared minus 4ac is less than 0, there's no solutions. And negative 231 is less than 0. So no solutions. I can't take the square root of negative 231. That's impossible. So I'm already done. So doing the discriminant first, like we learned yesterday, really saves you time because you can figure out right away when there's no solutions. Let's try 3. A is 2, b is 2, c is negative 12. So b squared minus 4ac first, so that'd be 2 squared minus 4 times 2 times negative 12. So 2 squared is 4, and then negative 4 times 2 times negative 12. Negative 4 times 2 times negative 12 on my calculator is positive 96. So 4 plus 96 is 100. So because b squared minus 4ac is bigger than 0, there's going to be 2 answers. So I can take the square root of 100, gets me 10, and I'm taking the square root because the b squared minus 4ac stuff is under the square root in the equation. So I'm just going to take the square root right away. So square root of 100 is 10. Out front would be negative b, which is negative 2. Then divided by 2 times a, and a is 2, so it's 2 times 2 is 4. So now I solve 2 equations. Once with negative 2 plus 10, once with negative 2 minus 10, divided by 4. So negative 2 plus 10 is 8 over 4, which is 2. And over here, be negative 12 over 4, which is negative 3. There's my 2 answers. Now, number 4, a is 4, b is 16, c is 16. So I'm going to take b squared minus 4 times a times c. So 16 squared is 256 And then 4 times 4 is 16, times 16 more is 90, let's see, 4 times 4 times 16. 256. So 256 minus 256 is 0. And when b squared minus 4ac is 0, that means there's one answer. So this is 0, it's one answer. And then remember, when this stuff is 0, it doesn't make any sense to take the square root of 0 because that's just 0. So I lose the plus minus part of the equation. So all I have left is negative b over 2a. So our answer would be negative b over 2a, and b is 16, and 2a is 2 times 4, so it's negative 16 over 8, which is negative 2. So I'm doing negative b over 2a, so negative 16 divided by 2 times a, and a was 4. 2 times 4 is 8, and negative 16 divided by 8 is negative 2. So there's only one answer for that one.